Shannon. This is our chapter summaries from chapters 9 to 12. Come join us while we discuss about our chapters.
I'm really excited to start filming our movie.
I know.
Yeah, me too.
It's going to be so much fun. Oh, hi, Chan.
Hi, Chan.
Hi, Chan.
Alright, so I did chapter 9, which is on film genres. What this chapter was basically about is explaining the different genres and like their purpose within society. And I don't know, it's kind of interesting to read about because you kind of realize like whenever we go out to movies with friends and stuff, we're always like, oh, I want to see a horror film, or I want to see a romantic film, or I want to see whatever type of film, and it just, genres are like so much more than that. Like it's necessary for critics to be able to categorize a certain film in order, you know, for the film to be known in a certain category or whatnot. So I don't know, it's just really interesting, and I think it will help us in our production crew because we can kind of distinguish what type of film our movie is going to be, and yeah, that's basically what this chapter was about.
I did chapter 12, which was film art and film history. Basically what my chapter was about was just it gave an extensive history of film, like from the creation of the camera and how they used to use projectors and stuff like that. And then it went into a bit of like the artistic side of film, like how there's impressionist films and surrealism that was used. And I think like stuff like that will really benefit us because we can maybe like infuse some surrealism into our movies, like just their techniques that they used. So that kind of stuff will be pretty good for our film.
So I did chapter 10, and basically it talks about what a documentary is and like the different kind of forms. So basically, in the book, it's basically a documentary is basically a press coverage, word of mouth, or like a subject matter, and these are like things that people would believe in or like events that have happened to someone, and basically the information is trustworthy. Every documentary is basically presented from a real source of information. People watching it basically understand it more, like what the topic is about, and like the different kind of forms that it talks about is rhetorical form, abstract form, and basically these forms are basically what filmmakers use to like present different kind of arguments and stuff in their videos. And I feel that this would help my group with basic knowledge, but I don't think it'll help our video personally. And so
Chapter 11 is about film criticism. It shows examples of film analysis from different types of film. So the classical narrative cinema, narrative alternatives to classical filmmaking, documentary, form and style, and form, style, and ideology. So at the end of the chapter, there's a section that explains how to write a critical analysis of a film. The first thing to do is to prepare what you will write. So there are 3 steps. Step 1 is to develop a thesis that your essay will explain and support. Step 2 is to draw up a segmentation of the entire film, which means looking at the individual scenes and how they fit together. And step 3 is to note outstanding instances of the film techniques, which means when you watch the film, just write down any film techniques you see that are being used. The second thing to do after preparation is to organize and to actually write the analysis. And this will help our production crew, well, it might help our production crew because it will remind us of what we should do. So if we think about how we will be reviewed or how we will be looked at, then we'll know what we need to do and what we shouldn't forget, like the rule of thirds.
okay, so our discussion.
I think my chapter was like the least useful for our group, really. I mean, it gives us an appreciation for film, and maybe we can use some old school techniques, but I don't really think we're going to be able to incorporate all that in the time we have.
That's what I felt about mine. Like I felt like the documentaries and stuff wouldn't help with this thing because like we're actually making a make-believe thing, and usually documentaries are true, like, told kind of thing. But, like, I guess, like, some of the forms that, like, they tell us to use, I think that helped us with that. It's, like, a little...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like, same with my chapter. Like, there wasn't anything really to, like, learn or grasp, but, I mean, it was interesting to learn about genres. Like, I know there was one part where it said, genres were said to rise and fall in popularity. And so, like, I guess one of the examples it used was, like, in the 1920s, like, The Sound of Music was really popular, and all of those musicals were really popular. But now, if we watch a musical, we're kind of like, okay, no. Really?
Yeah, I still like musicals too.
Well, like,
have you ever seen
the
Mamma
old
Mia?
ones I like.
No.
I like the actual musical is nice.
Just
Like, I
the
went to
movie
see,
was-
what is that, Merchants of Bollywood recently.
Oh, yeah.
It was so good. It was so good.
The only one that I've seen actually was really annoying was High School Musical. I
I've
love that. I thought it
I've
was
seen
so
those.
annoying.
I've seen those.
Disney sucks.
I like Disney, actually.
I used to, like, old Disney, amazing.
Yeah.
The Lion
new
King
stuff,
still,
yeah.
like, I still love that. Like, I could watch that still.
Yeah.
I know when I'm older, I'm gonna buy, like, all the classic Disney movies and
Yeah,
make my kid
and
watch
make my
it.
kid
Like,
watch- yeah.
no new Disney for you. No.